Dan Goldman, the Democratic representative from New York, is not letting Republicans get away with their game of distraction. James Comer, the Republican committee chairman of the House Oversight Committee, is trying to really get you to focus on Tim Walz, who taught English in China. He really wants you to think that there's something nefarious going down there, that Tim Walz is a sleeper agent of the Chinese Communist Party. This is the same Comer who wanted you to believe that Biden had shady business dealings with the Chinese Communist Party, but couldn't prove a damn thing. And so Goldman takes his 5 minutes today during the Oversight Committee hearing on the threat of the Chinese Communist Party to explain that maybe we should really be looking at you, Mr. Chairman, and Donald Trump.
My. Here we are for the third installment of the Defending America from the CCP's Political Warfare. After the chairman's impeachment investigation revealed zero connections between President Biden and Chinese businesses, he nonetheless shockingly views the nakedly partisan political sham impeachment as a success. Why? Because President Biden dropped out of the presidential race. Now, that is a blatant admission that this committee was used improperly for partisan purposes. But that failure has not stopped the chairman from continuing down this road. Now that Governor Tim Walz is on the ticket, Chairman Comer has quickly pivoted to focus this committee's resource on Governor Walz's time teaching English in China, insinuating that somehow that is a problem. What we really need to be focusing on as it relates to CCP's political warfare is defending this committee from that political warfare. Remember, we have two witnesses who were the star witnesses of the impeachment investigation. The first, Gal Luft, turned out to be an indicted, unregistered foreign agent of the Chinese government. Among the allegations in Gal Luft's indictment was that he, at the behest of Chinese entities, recruited and paid an unnamed advisor to then-President-elect Donald Trump to adopt pro-Chinese positions. And even though he also was charged with making false statements to the FBI, Chairman Comer bragged and said Gal Luft is a very credible witness on Biden family corruption. That wasn't all the political warfare that we experienced during this impeachment investigation. Alexander Smirnov is a Russian indicted as a source for the FBI who literally met with Russian officials to peddle lies to the FBI. You know what those lies were? They were the same allegations that the chairman made against Joe Biden in this committee: Russian propaganda. Now, this is not, unfortunately, the chairman's only connections to China. Just months after our last hearing on the CCP political influence, a news report alleged that while he was the agricultural commissioner and candidate for governor of Kentucky, the chairman was involved in a failed Chinese hemp deal that would have benefited a campaign donor's company. This deal not only failed, but it turned out that Chairman Comer accidentally imported illegal marijuana instead of legal hemp. So maybe we should be investigating Chairman Comer's ties to the CCP. But there's more political warfare from China that this committee should be investigating. Let's start with former President Trump, who acknowledged that he had a Chinese bank account that he used at least from 2013 to 2015, and his own lawyer said that it remained open throughout his presidency. Or let's talk about Ivanka Trump's fast-track trademarks that she received in 2 months, 18 of them, even though it usually takes 18 months. Coincidentally, I'm sure, it happened right after Donald Trump intervened to save a sanctioned Chinese electronics maker, ZTE. And China's biggest controlled bank, state-controlled bank, rented 3 floors in Trump Tower, while Donald Trump was president, netting him $7 million. Now, the chairman won't investigate these incidents because the goal is not really here to combat political warfare or foreign influence in our politics. It's simply to use this committee to baselessly smear Democratic presidential and vice presidential candidates. But the American people know which presidential candidate is a danger to our national security. And it is the one who accepts millions of dollars from foreign governments while he is president. And it is the one who sucks up to dictators and despots all around the world who cannot even say that the democratic country of Ukraine should win the war against Vladimir Putin. So this, unfortunately, while an important topic, is a waste of time as we sit 6 weeks before the election. And as usual, we could have been doing so many better things with our time. I yield back.
Dan Goldman pointing out there that Democrats can prove that Republicans and Donald Trump had shady business dealings with the Chinese Communist Party, but Republicans can't do the same thing. All they have is hearsay, conspiracy theories. Oh yeah, and Chinese Communist Party sleeper agents that they use to try to impeach President Biden. So yeah, I think we should be looking at James Comer, the guy who also imported illegal marijuana thinking he was orchestrating some hemp deal. Oh, James Comer, buddy, you look like a fool, a corrupt fool. And then, I mean, of course, Dan Goldman turns his focus towards Donald Trump. Trump, the guy who had the Chinese bank account while he was president. Trump, the guy who fast-tracked Ivanka Trump's trademarks from 18 months to 2 months. Trump, the guy who rented out 3 floors of Trump Tower to the Chinese Communist Party, or to the biggest bank under the Chinese Communist Party, for $7 million. Donald Trump, the guy who can't say that Ukraine should win the war against Vladimir Putin. I mean, that says it all there, folks. Donald Trump can be bought and sold, and all he cares about is the highest bidder. He doesn't give a damn about democracy. He doesn't give a damn about the American people. Donald Trump, the one who's shady, the one who has all the shady dealings with the Communist Party. It's the same strategy that Trump and Republicans use. It's when they get attacked for their shady business dealings with the Chinese Communist Party. Oh, well, we just got to turn it around and accuse those who's accusing us of doing the same thing. It's a political game as old as politics itself. And the American people, a lot of them are falling for it. Let me know what your thoughts are on Dan Goldman's remarks here and on Comer and Donald Trump's shady business dealings with the Communist Party. Let me know your reflections down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My name is Brendan Plank. I'll see you in the next video.